to another Der999 Unboxes, some more tabletop stuff. I am the one, and I got these a few months ago. I kickstarted, I helped kickstart these a few months ago for around $100 because I just really like the look of the models. Also, I got the rulebook because I got the core set, which is just apparently just the rulebook now. It's apparently just the rulebook if you want it shipped to you quickly, as they're having issues with the tokens. So I got that swapped out for another model because I really like the models. I really like their models. Their models are fantastic. And this is NVIDIA incounty. It is a modern-day skirmish war game featuring special forces and other people. And counterinsurgency, or even War 3 if you want that. You can do a few things with the system. And wait, hold on. Why are you? Oh, and also we got, why are you all bent? Okay, that's weird. And also we got Basic Fantasy here too. Why are you all bent? That's a weird bend too. It's like a, not bend at all. I won't know that. We also got Basic Fantasy here because I go out box by itself, but like they're just books, so we'll get through that pretty quickly. So I also have it here because it close enough. They're both tabletop games. The Basic Fantasy is a D&D is a easy to play D&D clone. That's kind of the mix of modern day, of just D&D just in general. But not really a clone either, it's a D&D like. And I got these books because of this right here. The open game license. They're redoing it because they never should have messed with that stuff, and now it's going to bite them, and they need to reset it because of what WotC is deciding to do with the open game license. But anyway, so I decided to get some of their books for around $50. We'll be unboxing these last, or first, just to get out of here. We'll figure that out. But anyway, so yeah, here's a little card that shipped with it. Essentially, they just threw all the stuff into a box, except for that one. That's special. They threw everything into a box, and that's fine because they're all in boxes. Nothing. I don't think anything could be damaged or was damaged, so we'll see about that. Then we wash your miniatures with soap and water before painting or gluing. I actually did not realize that. I should have realized that. I did not realize you need to do that. Although I haven't glued any resin molded things or like 3D printed stuff. So yeah. Have a problem, check out, I have an issue form, yeah. Go to I'll link in the description as well. Go to www.incounty.com for more awesome miniatures and steel files, and they didn't say awesome. Also, we have the book, the core rule book, or whatever it is. It's really thin. I really like the design. Reminds me of a map book, like a military map book. It's really nice. Let me just, oh, look at that. It has some setting up the board. I'm not going to show you the entire thing because because I don't think the rules are free. Setting up the board. And just opening the image. Just going around just to show everything. Special thanks to both contents and the reason we're here, the models. Introduction. Let's read the introduction. What is InCountry? InCountry is a recursion combat on tabletop scale. Uses scale models, scale miniatures, referred to as models, to represent combatants, and uses 2 or 3 dimensional terrain to represent battlefield. So you can play like Battletech. Basically, like Battletech 2 or 3D dimensional, which is where I got my board from, or the map from, with Abitrium, my Universal Tabletop Wargame RPG. And in country, the entire battle takes place in minutes, represents real-time combatants engaging fire, perhaps avoiding potential injury by performing well. Miniatures are able to react and outmaneuver an enemy, even during your opponent's turn. In country is unlike any game you have played. Each interaction with you and your opponents represent your forces clashing in real time. No one sits around waiting for an enemy. Indeed. Keep it simple, fast, and fun. InCountry represents smooth gameplay and its rules. It's perfect. It's the perfect choice for players who are new to top war games and experienced gamers alike. I believe that. Because they did post on their YouTube channel, which I was subscribed for reasons. I'm not quite sure why I was subscribed to their YouTube channel, but I was. And, yeah, they're just good people. Everything you see here, probably including you, but everything you see here of InCountry is made in the USA. And, yeah, it's just, by veterans, and it helps support veterans' cause, they say, if you purchase it. So yeah, it's just a general good team behind it. They're fun. They're fun guys, and even when running a serious project, they keep even when running a serious project, they're still down to earth, which is nice. But anyway, serious, taking people's money and then converting it into a product, which is a Kickstarter, which I've seen Kickstarters handled not poorly because I wouldn't back them, but I've seen Kickstarters handled poorly, much poorer than this, and not much are handled better. This is actually one of the best handled Kickstarters of all time, and I got my product in within 4 months of the end date. It's supposed to come out in November. It's now February of November 2022. Now it's February 2023. I mean, now it's almost February 2023. And if you had waited on the tokens, it will be at least mid-February 2023. So yeah, that's a thing. But that's just Kickstarter. Things can get backed up, and video games are far worse in every regard. They usually take much longer unless it's Founders. Yeah, Founders, the Martian colony game. But anyway, InCountry is about having fun. If you're not having fun, then take a second to analyze whether you're frustrated by the game or your opponent, and then fix the problem by moving yourself from either one. The design team has shared similar experiences, and we understand how some things can cross the line. If you're being a dink who uses toy soldiers to express your complex on others, go away. Yeah, very, very true. And and how I handle this section right here in my game is basically be kind and considerate, and I list out essentially the same thing, just with nicer language. I'm more of a politician at heart than a soldier, if you didn't already know that. But anyway. Is that the one you can read, actually, now that I think about it? Hold on. No, there we go, I can read that. At any point the rules have conflict or the game doesn't make sense to you, simply talk it through with your opponent or roll dice to determine the results. The game is intended to be fast and brutal, not conflicted and weird. Communication. The point of the game is to have fun. If you're trying to place a model in cover, talk with your opponent and agree on positioning and distances, pre-measuring your moves if everyone is cool with that. Not everyone is. I am. I actually don't mention pre-measuring or not in my book because it really should be up to the players to determine that for themselves. But I like that they mention it. It's nice. Well, I like the general tone communication. Pre-measuring moves is everyone cool with it. There are other rules filled with gotcha. Other games are filled with gotcha movements and finicky measurements. Don't be that guy. Very true. Very, very true. Neither is my game isn't full of that either. I already listed in the book, and if you're playing with this stuff in the book, then you probably should. Unless you're cool with having with not knowing your opponent's stuff, like I am. You should talk it with them first. Kind of, and of course, you might have a card with them. Like you can play my game through memory, especially if you're really good at it. Like I've heard stories of in Warhammer 40K, people playing Warhammer 40K by just going, roll dice. So yeah. There should be dice in here somewhere. Two-sided dice. It's one of those games. Yeah, I'm not a fan of two-sided dice because 10-sided dice are odd. You can't find them anywhere. You can find these dice. You can find D6s by the bushel everywhere. You can find D&D dice sets nowadays, not everywhere, but most places. But D10s by themselves, not a D&D dice set. That's a tall order. But then again, you can buy it from their website, or you can buy it from diceshop.com, or JustX sells dice by 12, so you can get that too. Oh, JustX is a tiny bit expensive for their dice. Not crazy expensive for their dice, but a little bit expensive, especially for D6s, but anyway. Offensive suppressed injury. Set your terrain, have fun. Each player has 4 models. This is their team for that scenario. Each gathers 4 models. This is their team for the scenario. Okay, gather 8 models until your first king has 8 models. Okay. And of course, you can play with more or less, depending on what you want to do. Although the game may not be balanced for that. Okay. Okay, you can't read that for some reason. I don't know why this book is really not liking my light, or is liking my light too much. There you go. Also, my light has started aging, I guess, because it's really starting to getting a lot of lines going through it. That's still ain't helping. Grips. Have grips. Grips are set numbers representing the minimum need to roll on a d20 to accomplish an action. Okay, those are your character checks, or also known as checks, also known as sets, also known as what you roll to. Performing. Okay, then these are the simple basic terms. Okay. Easy, normal, hard. Okay. And there's more terms. I like the really setup of this book. I really like this book. I'm glad I have the book. I also have the PDF too, which again I don't think the PDF's paid for. I don't know. I don't know if the PDF is. I don't know if the PDF is free or not. So I don't want to show the entire thing. Vertical movement. Yeah, I can definitely play this, I think. Okay. Really good. We like that book. And it doesn't like fly on wash and but that's fine. Well, let's do that. There we go. Fixed. So, let's look through these boxes first. Now, everyone who backed the Kickstarter was thrown into a lottery, and they could win some prizes. I got second place, and I won 50% off on their online store. So I decided to get the one model set, the one team that evaded me during the actual Kickstarter. That was a limited time team because I decided to get the Russians instead. And now we're at Escape from In-Country team. 6 one-piece models. And all these boxes are the same, so let's show you the fancy one first. Yeah, I've had this for a few weeks now because our store was open and shipping much earlier than the Kickstarter, unfortunately. But that could just be because this was the contest thing, and they knew I won the contest because of the discount code. But anyway, oh, that's cool. And they're in a nice bag, and they're in a nice bag, and what do you call it? Oh, geez, the light. They're in a nice bag, and actually, let's turn down the light. Turn up the light. Yeah, it could be my camera, actually. It could be my camera, because it has to do with the light level causing those lines on the screen. But anyway, a corporate flick. There are little defects with that guy. But not too bad. Definitely not nearly as bad as... Star Wars Attack Wing. I mean, Star Trek Attack Wing. Those are really bad. Oh, and there's some debris too. Yay, free debris. I really like these bases. Put the debris back. And put the bases back for that matter. Yeah, I like the bases, have a nice feel to them. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Just like painting him. Just like painting him. But yeah, that we had to be really close to the camera. These guys are really small. They're we don't have to use the bouts here. No, they're heroic scale, like primary Marines. They're 35 millimeters, just over an inch tall. That's without the base. But the detail's incredible because of that. And they only have they only have one. Sorry, I wasn't quite expecting to feel that bad in this video. But bending over is just not something I can't do right now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I really don't know what happened to this guy. Either that's where the mold was, or that's a feature that's missing on mine. Don't know. This guy's cap has a little dent in it. I mean, they're not really. Again, the defects aren't that bad, and these models aren't that expensive either. That could be a mode line, and I can't tell. That's good. That is really good. I can't tell if that's mode line or not. Again, really good detail. And these guys are based on Escape from Tarkov, of course. So if you want to apply an Escape from Tarkov scenario, you could. I think these guys go with the containment team. The Russians go with. I think the Russians are your replacement for the U.S. Or you have your U.S. team fight the Russians. If you want to have a war scenario or a diplomatic incident. And really small models. I only noticed those defects on those two guys. So out of the 6 guys, there's only one. Oh, there's a little defect there, but you can clean that up if you even want to, because that looks natural. Yeah, the defects, if there, look more natural, and of course that's flat, and of course that's flash on that guy. There's flash on these guys, which you can easily clean off, I would think. It's just the issue of determining what's detail and what's not detail, but that's like with any model, so that's really, especially models are this detailed. Here's one back in the bag with their bases. And their debris. And really nice. Next up is the Russians, because they're the other one with the label. I don't know why only the Russians and in-country guys are in are the ones with labels. Again, bubble wrapped. And there's tons of them because they're the Russians. Yeah, we're 30 minutes in, and we only got 2 done. So let's hurry this up. Let's not do everyone. Let's not do everyone with a fine-tooth comb like the in-country. Or let's just take our time. Again, these bases are fantastic. Could be used as tokens in a board game. Which, by the way, the smaller forces are like $25 and the bigger forces are like $33, which are a really good price. Especially for the detail you're getting. Again, that's Battletech pricing as well. For level of detail, that's a bit better than Battletech. I want to say a level of detail that's a bit better than Battletech, which so it's much closer to Games Workshop than not. And these guys only have one other game. So yeah. Come on. There you go. I got actually see the display now. Excuse me. And there's just some flash rate to clean up, but nothing major. The defect or two. Only on 1 or 2 models. And I'm not quite sure these guys are Ryzen molded or 3D printed. It looks like it could be either way. They could be a new Ryzen mold technology, or they. I mean, you shouldn't need to wash 3D printed models, other than getting them out of the freaking thing, which they should already be washed from that point because that stuff's toxic. That's a Mindy AK barrel, or is it? It's close. It's close enough that it doesn't matter. That's a straight AK barrel. But just look at this detail. Can't wait to get these guys washed on their bases. These guys are going to be the first guys I wash with my washing technique. Because, well, you just put them on their base. That's all you do. Which is fantastic. Remember, this is a camera, so I can only record 30 minutes. And, like, the details everywhere, too. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be painting these guys up. Probably my normal blue red. But yeah. Oh, there's some flash on that. Alright, that's just to check it. Like, it's really hard to tell what's detail and what's not. Which is a good thing, I think. I mean, it's bad because when you clean it, you might clean it too much. But it's good because you necessarily don't have to clean it. You don't necessarily have to clean it. And again, everything here was around maybe $100 to $200, somewhere around there, all things totaled. Oh, drum mag. Really well detailed, really realistic as well. Like, you can spend a long time painting these dudes. Which is, again, a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But comparing it to GW, for instance, where those models range from super easy to paint to less detailed than this most of the time. There are some models they do which are more detailed than this, but not many. Is the detail nice and crisp? Yes, you can tell everything. You can tell everything that radio is about. For instance, like, look at that radio. Just overall really nice. I think it's basically my like, is it worth it? Yeah, if everything's like this quality, then yeah. And I'm looking at the box set because it comes with 4 dudes, or it comes with 4 teams of dudes, and I got COVID ops, Russians, in-country, and CIA. So because I didn't get tokens, I don't get dice either, which is unfortunate. But I don't know if they had any fancy dice for the Kickstarter, and I can always get the dice off their website if I really wanted to. All the different poses as well. You can mix things up, especially if your team is always 4, which I don't think it has to, because they didn't play with 4 on their YouTube channel at the beginning. So I think that's just a scenario just to get you started. 4 versus 4. Keep it simple. I think you can also play with points too, or quality. Because the Russian team, of course, is freaking huge. And, like, there's 2 of them. Which makes sense. Because not the Rangers, yes, the Rangers, because the Rangers come with 2 teams, and the Insurgents come with 2 teams as well. And they have a ton of factions, or 10 of little teams. Like they have the Rangers, they have the SEALs, which are not the SEALs, unfortunately. I do plan on getting the SEALs one day. But they have the Rangers, the SEALs, the Russians, the Insurgents, the better Insurgents, the worse Insurgents. I don't have the better Insurgents or the worse Insurgents, but they have the Insurgents, the Insurgent Special Team. They have the Ranger Special Team. They have all the fictional teams. I did get one of them too, so like, what's in these boxes? We're gonna find out. And I just want to plain books and just to mix things up a little. You get a surprise. Oh, maybe they're not marked because they are surprised. You don't know what's in them. Oh, and there's also supposed to be a hostage in here too, which was a Kickstarter and there's supposed to be a lot of Kickstarter bonuses in there. So we're gonna find out. And it's basing. It is a really interesting box. Oh, it's a CIA team. This is 1% CIA team. Or it could be covert ops. Because I don't know what covert ops is. No, this is all the pre-order bonuses. These are the CIA dudes. These are the CIA dudes just coming in to get some intel. Because you can get a CIA team that's actually meant for doing hard and fast work. Breaching, all that. Whereas these guys are just, could be objectives, they could be hard mode. Just two of these guys, this is 4 insurgents who are used to fighting freaking Navy SEALs and or Army Rangers and nonsense. The Russians and yeah. And these are more almost plainclothes CIA officers or CIA agents. Again, they just want some intel. So these guys you could have these guys on your team, and they have an objective you need to cover them for, like a babysitting mission, an escort mission, if you will. What I really wanted, what I got the $99 set for was for this guy, the drum, because in order to get all the Kickstarter bonuses, you had to get at least the $99 set, the core set, as it were. And this doesn't disappoint, this little dude. You even go upstairs. Hyperism is just fantastic. Yodi Tech. Again, this guy's just your gun support platform. This guy is also an objective. It could be an escort objective as well. So, like defending a location, like the insurgents are defending a location, whereas the U.S. or Russians are trying to send that guy in to defuse it. There we got this dude. Oh, he's even wired up. Oh, how nice. The hostage, which is an adjective in itself. Guard dog, just like the just like the drone could be its own unit helper, another hostage. Standing this time. And this could be for the insurgents. And the for the insurgents trying to get one of their guys back who was being asked kindly to get information out of, I presume. From the scene, and it could be the CIA guys holding him, holding him, and then you got the Rangers that also came in this box who are trying to defend interrogation for a set number of turns until they can just have their guy back because it doesn't matter. Alright, what's in this one? And I noticed that wasn't in that box either. Because again, the guys was probably the tokens box, unfortunately. I think we found the covert team. We found the fancy boys from the Jackal team, which is an optional team and a Kickstarter exclusive for their last game. And then these guys are basically near future special forces. Don't know anything about the last game, but it's nice to have the Kickstarter run this regardless, just for collecting nonsense. Just give you their bags, this is easier. Oh, here's the antenna you need to insert. A little quadcopter. They're like how they did the quadcopter. I don't know what I was expecting, but they did a quadcopter very well. Does it have like a little... Oh, he does have a, Oh, no, that's a, well, no. Are there a little invisible thing for the quadcopter? Or do you just deal with it? I think you just deal with it. You have to put it next to a guy or something. Make it convincing there's a quadcopter floating in there. Shield bro with pistol. Shot shield too. Interesting. Robot. Cyborg, I'm sorry. Guy with exosuit with a heavy machine gun. Again, just really nice details. And you can tell exactly who everyone is too. I don't know how they look. I don't know how they look from a distance, mind you. But up close, you can tell whoever that one is. We gotta try the distance test, the insurgents and the plane insurgents and the plane rangers later. Especially in default scenario, you don't really need it. You don't really need to know who's up in the distance, because you have paint jobs, and there's so a few number that you don't quite really need to know unless you're playing to play this game with with more than one team, and have almost armies fighting each other. Which just kind of go against the spirit of the game, but you can try. There's nothing in the concept that says you can't. Says you shouldn't. You shouldn't, I mean. Try to make this into a mass game. And I do like how there are ladies spread throughout, because I'm pretty sure that's a lady. Hard to tell with hard to tell with modern armor. Yeah, that's a lady. You can even tell they're ladies. It's fantastic. It's not like the Space Wars where you can't. Space Force from Games Workshop where you can't, and apparently they're supposed to be better than all of us indie people. And again, I mean, like they gotta work in their hats because that also has a little thing, but that can be just nipped off or something. But yeah, I noticed their ball caps, which are a major feature of this game, which is a major feature of these guys, is has slight issues every single time. But that's fine. And if having a nick in this hat bothers you, you can always fill it out with green stuff or milliput. Probably milliput because it's really thin. So yeah, and this goes taller even though it's not very steady. Okay, I'm assuming these last boxes are insurgents and ranger special teams. We still haven't found the covert ops. So maybe the Rangers and Insurgents are coming in special teams. There are your things. Big bags. Okay, this is the Ranger special team. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so good. Also, they need to work on a unified packaging system, but I can come in time. Yeah, what really sold me on this game, and what I really wanted, was the Rangers. Oh, so nice. And I could use these guys for playtesting, my game. When the time comes. The modern day version of my game when the time comes. But anyway. At least playtesting. It might actually end up in my book, maybe. As photos of the... Nah, I'll probably use this Pico Armory stuff. Because Pico Armory stuff is so small, you can really make it look really good. Like, have like a little city and everything. Have a little city map and everything. That's the issue with heroic scale. Basically, 30 to 40 millimeter people. Is that they are, except it's really hard to get everything correct. The way you want. It's really hard to get everything high detail without developing a lot of skills. Whereas the smaller you go, the easier it gets. Or at least I think so anyway. Cuffs. Actually, these might be the normal team. The normal Ranger team. And if that's true, they're all in separate boxes. Where are the covert ops? Again, really good detail. Yeah, you can tell this is a standard Ranger team because they all have M4s. Except that one guy who has a saw. Except for that one guy who has a saw button anyway. Also, I wonder if they're going to be doing the Next Gen Warrior stuff for this, too. It doesn't quite work in the setting because we're out of Afghanistan for the moment. We're out of the Middle East for the moment. I mean, we're still in Africa, and special forces are always doing something. So. And I want to buy them to do all the next generation soldier stuff that's just now coming online with the Spear and everything, the Spear M5 and everything. But these guys definitely did what they knew first because they've actually seen it IRL. I'm pretty sure. Hope we can see this guy's okay. Well, I definitely do that guy. I definitely do the basic fantasy in its own video because we are out of time with all these with looking at all these characters. Come on. I really like them. I really do. That is not only is the system good. Not only is the system good because I've seen it in play. Not only is the system good. Not only are our developers cool. And everything's made in the US, which is fantastic. I'm pretty sure everything's made in the US anyway. It's fantastic. It's the miniatures are better than Battletech for around the same price, which beats Games Workshop by a ton. But these guys are almost as good, if not better, than Games Workshop. They're more detailed than Games Workshop, and their details are on that level, or near that level. I want to say it's near the level, there's just more of it. They are so close to GW. That's probably the quote that's going in the title, by the way. They're so close to GW. And they're Battletech in price, which is fantastic. Are you Covert Ops? I'm really curious where my Covert Op people are. Oh, you know what? The special teams could be together. Yes, we got sales! Boys and girls, we got sales! Yep, these are Covert Ops. Yeah, I don't think these guys are the Ranger Special Forces. These guys all Gucci'd out. They even have the headphones that go like that instead of going like that. They have the headphones that go like that instead of going like that, which is nice. And at least I think these are the seals. The seals should be obvious. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are the seals. These are our Covert Op people. Yes, I was hoping for seals with Covert Ops because you had a choice of you had the choice of either more or the insurgent specials. Probably now we look at this, they're probably going to be probably are not the insurgent specials. They're probably the insurgent They're probably the insurgent, yeah, I'm pretty sure these are seals. These are either yeah, I'm pretty sure these are seals. I don't think they are the Ranger Specials. But, they're the better insurgents. Like the Honor Guard for some print or something. Or just really renowned terrorists. I can say that word because YouTube likes me. Yes, I think we got seals. I have to check on the product page, but I'm pretty sure we have seals. So look in the description to whatever these guys are. I'm pretty sure they're seals. Because I was also wondering if there will be the CAA combat team, because I kind of already had that. Or at least I thought I had that. I don't think I had that anymore. I think I just got the normal CIA team, which we do have, which I did ponder having game 2 of because, well, the book did say 4, didn't it? Like, normal teams are 4, or at least the Rangers are 4, or at least the default's 4. And I hope you can see these guys okay in the bags, by the way, because I really don't open every single one of them. And I hope I'm getting in front of the camera just fine and everything. But yeah, the basic fantasy is really nice. It's really nice. The rules are free, so no, the rules are free, so you don't have to. So you don't have to buy these books at all. I just decided to get them to collect because these ones have the OG on them. And then you guys are hooligan. Oh yes, they're Rangers because they lead the way. Even though I unboxed them near last. Okay, so I'm thinking no, because the Rangers were not in a separate box. With the Rangers and the Ranger special teams were not in one box. So are Insurgents and the Insurgent special teams in one box? Oh no. Start a new stack. Well, let's find out what's in this box. Mysteries. Without all the issues of mysteries. Again, the basic. Fantastic kind of makes you not want to paint them. Paint the dudes separately off the bases and glue them on the base when you're done. Okay, these are the Insurgents. Just the basic, basic everyday insurgent, insurrectionist, rebel, whatever you want these guys to be called when you're fighting them or when you're playing them. Terrorist, maybe. Al-Qaeda. I says let's just throw it all down. Not like they're really controversial words anymore. This guy's RPG. So yeah, one guy has an RPG. One guy has an RPG in the basic. Maybe the special teams are together. Maybe that's it. Like one guy has an RPG and the other guy has a saw or something. It might be a Bravo or whatever it is. The Belgian gun. This guy's prepared. Durable bank or something. This guy is crouching. He's being sneaky. I can't wait to playtest this. No, playtest this. Try this. I think this may be the other working I play. The rules are just that good. And it's, I mean, there is some similar. Well, that's fine. I'll take just playing on bases. I'll take just putting on bases any day. Ooh, that is plastic bag. That belongs to something. I don't know. No. One left, too. Oh, no. Where does this bubble wrap go to? Like, okay, seriously now. Also, these boxes are fine. Okay, this bubble wrap goes to nowhere. Oh, bubble wrap. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, these boxes are just A-okay. And finally, I presume it are the special teams. You recording again? Yeah, these are the Insurgent special teams. No! Wait, I'm smarter than this. Are these covert ops? I'm like, now I've got the special teams. Okay, that's my fault for misremembering what I got. So yeah, I didn't get the special teams at all. Which I will get eventually. I think I remember now. Yeah, I didn't get the special teams because I didn't have the money at the time. That's why. And they just weren't nearly as important to me as just getting the physical rule book, and all the little dudes. Because I originally planned on getting the special teams, but I didn't in order to get the rule book and the rule book and the wait, that begs the question. Well, we unboxed Navy SEALs or somebody. I gotta check the images. I'm pretty sure Navy SEALs have a beard in the ranks. Then who are these guys? These guys do smell of deniability, because they look American to me, or Western, I should say, with a ball cap, and these guys supposed to be mercenaries who just happen to like AKs. Yeah, these guys reek of deniability, also known as covertness. No, these guys could be SEALs because he has beard. And who did we unbox earlier? I gotta go look at my packing slip real quick. Man, these guys are covert ops, SEALs, or both. They all freaking AKs. They like running, they like picking up ammo in the field. Probably that's the sole reason why I ever touched that's the sole reason why I really enjoyed playing with using the Chinese Minnesota rifle for like the 90s to 2000s and 2010s and video games, because like it's SOCOM and Dragon Rising, I think, the old sim on console, because it takes AK bullets and they're freaking everywhere in those games. And you know me, I'm always running out of ammo somehow. And that's why I always take scavenger in Call of Duty, because I will probably always run out of ammo. I don't know how, I always do. But these guys are covert ops for sure. Let me go look at my packing slip. And yeah, are these worth it? Yes. Everything you see are absolutely worth it. I love, like, the detail's fantastic. And you notice I haven't talked about any defects because I didn't notice any. Most of it's flash, which is acceptable which is perfectly acceptable in modeling just in general. So yeah, absolutely worth it. Yeah, it really is. Also, what does it make the book? That is a good question. I mean, the book comes with tokens and dice, and a ruler, normally, but you don't get that if you. I forgot the thing. I want to say one of those is CIA and one of those is Convert Ops. Yeah. So I'm thinking the AKs are I don't know. I have to look at their product page. I wish they had badges. I wish they all had badges, not just Russians and Escape from In-Country. I wish they all had badges, but oh well. Just how things are. With them rushing stuff out, trying to get as close to the deadline, trying to get as close to the release date of November 2022 as they can. get things out, and they absolutely are. These guys, I really like them. I really like these guys. I'm really happy with their stuff. I really like the rule book. I really enjoy it. It's really nice. I'm gonna have to that. I really enjoy the rule book. It's really, really well done. The models are really nice. Again, like, for being Battletech priced and not coming from Callous Games, which is a big publisher, big moderate publisher, somewhere around there, coming from an indie development team that's trying to rush stuff out to meet a deadline which they really flew over. Yeah, no, it's really nice. Only 2 defects in all of this. Like, you can expect one ship in Star Wars Attack Wing to have 1 defect. And that's an impossible standard for Star Wars Attack Wing, is having 1 defect. They all have defects. They all have a ton of defects, actually. However, these guys are more priced to compete with Battletech. And they are better detailed than Battletech. Their details are nice and crisp. I don't think they're GW crisp, though. They're close. They're really close. Like, if GW is 100, these guys are like 95. No, that's Battletech. Battletech's 95. Battletech's either 90 or 95. These guys are 95 or 98, close to GW. And again, all these teams, which you only need one of to play, assuming your friend has another team, and the book, but one team is an army. $30 depending on the size of the team is fantastic. And it is depending on the size of the team, how many models are in that team. The bigger teams, like the Russians you saw, run $30 to $35 US. And the smaller teams are around 20 to 22. Like the Rangers. And the book, I say, is also around 20 to 40. No, not even 40. 20 to 30. Ooh, that's really low. I don't know if I can beat that. But again, my bucks are going to be huge. Because it makes it easier for old people to read. Although, I gotta admit, like, just crack it open real quick. Say I have the book. Every single time. Yeah, that's pretty easy to read. It doesn't show up on camera, but it's pretty easy to read. And let's also do this. But yeah, I'm really happy. Really happy with this. Yeah, it's everything I thought it would be. There's some flash to clean up. Not really, though, because the flash can be taken as just extra detail. So, yeah, that'll be our first video. Thanks for watching. If you're watching, and this video means lots to me. Check out stuff in the description below, such as Story's Facebook channel, which of course Facebook sports channels for watching these videos, engaging content reviews, and by sharing your friends having listed. Also, Basic Fantasy is great. I just need to do a video going through the books real quick. If the rules are free, should go through the entirety of the book. I shouldn't. But yeah, I need to make a separate video for that, because that's going to take at least 10 minutes. And we also flown over our limits, pushed past our limits. So yeah. But anyway, alright. So that'll be it first video. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this video, means me also me all. If you check out our stuff in the description below, such as various sports channel, which you watch various sports channels, about these videos, engage the content we produce, and by sharing your friends, family, list. Or that'll be it for. Thanks for watching, and bye guys. See you in a second.